Hello, this is Bill Scheid from the Systems Lab. And one question that we get pretty regularly is about how we set up our brokers and accounts. And so there's really two questions that we get. So one is, do we have multiple accounts with one broker, or do we have different accounts with different brokers? So I'm going to answer that question for myself, the way I do things personally. I can't speak for Jeff. And also the way I do it is not necessarily the best way. There's really no right or wrong, I believe, to this question. So I'll share with you how I do it. It's not a recommendation, but maybe it'll be helpful for you. So do we have multiple accounts with one broker? So let's start with that half of the question first. Some brokers allow traders to have multiple accounts, and some brokers do not. So I do use TradeStation, not a recommendation, but I do personally use TradeStation for the crypto ETF swing system, and you can have multiple accounts with TradeStation. So I have multiple accounts at TradeStation. Binance.us will not allow you to have multiple accounts. And I know that there are other brokers that do and do not allow that. So for example, I also use Binance.us, again, not a recommendation, just a personal choice for me, and they don't. So the answer for me is I do have multiple accounts with some brokers, and I do have one account with other brokers or exchanges in the case of Binance.us. So it's both is the answer for me. So let's go to the second question. This one is also frequently asked. Do we trade multiple systems in the same account? I heard Van Tharp say one time that trading multiple systems in the same account is a mistake. And I have done that in the past when I first started to trade a long time ago. I found it to be quite confusing. And it makes the data analysis a little bit trickier. It's not impossible. It just means that there's a little bit more to track. Currently, I don't trade multiple systems in the same account. If I want to run a new system, I open up a new account, I assign the capital, and I run just that system in that account. For me, I find that to be a more simple and easier to manage way of approaching things. So again, that's just how I do all this. None of that is a recommendation. I'm just sharing my personal process in the hopes that that will be helpful for you. So thanks for watching and happy trading.